let's kind of wrap up all the records we've gotten to hear this week, shall we? Can we do like a quick wrap up for the best, the worst records that we've gotten to hear? Now, in terms of the worst records, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate to kick off because essentially these are artists that you love, but in unfortunate moments they can be disappointing or lackluster efforts. And I would say Love Lost. Most of the EP, but in particular Love Lost. This particular song had so many off-putting moments when it came to the production attributes for Fumbi, and in terms of many moments in this project as well, kind of lazy songwriting and not really inspired. Its tone was it was kind of monotonous. No dynamics to really bring you and engage you in many of the songs. But I think in particular Love Lost was kind of an underwhelming moment, and it's definitely for a Spax production. Yeah, not meeting the standard that we've known for Spax whatsoever. Also, Rexy and Exad. Doomy would be an exception, but to be honest, a lot of the other songs are kind of chaotic. From a Rexy production standpoint, it's not really showing too much evolution from his end. There were some samples that were attempted to work here, but the dots didn't connect. And it just all felt random. And to be honest, Azad is not necessarily the most refreshing or compelling artist in a streets conversation. I don't think he's presenting, or at least is provided anything noteworthy so far in this particular EP. And I'm hoping for a better, much more progressed records from him. Maybe not necessarily with Rexy per se, but hopefully we're getting something a lot more exciting. And those would be my least favorites, to be honest. And when it comes to Met and OK moments, I think we had a few of them. Famaye with Pato Rankin. I could chuck this up to be an OK link up from Famaye, Ghanaian artist, with Pato Rankin here. Definitely a strong Pato Rankin verse, but at the end of the day, it's a very simple structure that they went with, and not terrible whatsoever, but definitely it can be sitting in this category for me. Another record, I would say it was kind of up here. I didn't hate this record. I can see how it can cause turmoil, but DJ Spinall linked up with Tenny with Psalm 23. He has rudimentary Tenny Fuji runs here that you've grown to love with Tenny. But there's definitely that mismatch of Psalm 23 with Motherfucker I'm Up that would be like very, very provocative. And yeah, there's a huge contrast, and it can definitely spark a conversation for sure. But I don't think it's necessarily, it's not too overwhelmingly good or put in the best. But at the end of the day, I think this is a very decent show up for Tenny and Spinall as well. So yeah, I would throw this in this category as well. Oh, okay, and this one is not necessarily okay, but this would be in my least. I would say My Way on the NBA project. This was kind of underwhelming from a production standpoint. I would have loved for the rapper on this particular song to be a lot more projected. So it just made for an underwhelming listen because it was hard to hear. The mixing was bad on it, and the hook as well very repetitive. Nothing really to shake things up. But that was the unfortunate show up on the intro of this project. But hopefully the production got better on most of the other projects. But this particular song, My Way, unfortunately fell flat for me. But yeah, that was that. Okay. When it came to okay moments, I think I'm still in the okay bag now. Coming back to the okay moments, Ajebo Hustlers, okay, with Zlatan and Black Bones. These are obviously two A-list rappers that added into this duo and to come bless their magic. But the structure was kind of not really clear. Felt very lengthy of a song, but I definitely think Black Bones was a strong highlight for the song here in terms of bringing some of that, I think so many of his guest verses have been potent and they blended nicely with the rest of the hook. But when it came to Zlatan and Knowledge on the verses, kind of too lengthy for the particular run, and not the craziest of hooks per se, but I think it's an okay record from Ajebo Hustlers to follow up Celine Dion that they had with Odumodu Black, which I think is one of the best records I've heard this year. But anyway, that was it for my okay moments. Now let's get to my favorites. Okay, the absolute best moments that we got to hear tonight. I'm getting live from this particular song, man. Toye, Quarter Life Crisis. It's fun, it's edgy. It's exciting, it's relatable, of course. And this was a song that I definitely want to go back to and revisit because of just the outright feel good nature of thinking of a song that many people relate to in this modern era of flexing, So yeah, Quarter Life Crisis definitely kicked in for sure for that one. Major AJ, okay? Major AJ, Psycho YP, and Mins. A strong slapper of the song, definitely by a mile my favorite Major AJ moment. This is a song that obviously got to see a lot of a very simple structure for the record, not necessarily overcooking it. Production was energetic. Major AJ was coming there with Lamba, and we were just fluid with it. And shout out to Mins yet again for another stellar guest verse as well, following up from Crown Bounce with Odusi. That was fantastic as well. So yeah, again, just following up with those buckets. Psycho YP did his thing. This is definitely one of the best or better records tonight. We have Bayanni with Casanova for one of the better records. I absolutely love this record. Such guilty pleasure type of love, all those ones that it's very cheesy. Of course it's very cheesy, but you can see the linkage with the Kukere. You can see the rudimentary elements that really bring it back home to the feel good nature of Afrobeats. The simping energy, that you love to see a guy talk about on the song. So it was there. It was vibey. It's definitely another good show out for Bayanni to play into the market that he has already established with Ta 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 as well. So yeah, this was nice. This is a nice record, Casanova. I definitely enjoyed that tonight. Addicted, shout out to Tommy, Bolaji, Bade as well. This was a nice edgy record that showed a lot of the French vocals to come in, the French relatability, but obviously coupled up with some Fuji Lamba from Bolo Ajibade that was there to show some nice contrast from Afropop standpoint. And then we got some Brazilian funk production at the end of it. Now it's not the song is just super. It's not necessarily an everyday song. It's not something we come across very often. Very edgy structure that they had, and I thought they did a very good job of putting this together. So Addicted, nice and strong follow-up from Tommy's run of Jump Off from early on in the year. So a nice show out for this year. Salt by Diverse. And it's nice to have Diverse back in his moments, man. This is such a very, very wholesome atmosphere. It's borderline gospel. The I'm a piano element of, it reminds you of an Oja piano type of thing, but it's such a feel good, nice arrangement, and the strings on it almost gets you with the goosebumps. So I am definitely tapped into this record. I'm looking forward to more from Diverse this year. And last but not the least, in terms of my favorable moments, we're taking it to the streets. Cazulee dropped an EP, but one song stood out to the most with me is Motija with Baloranking. This is a slapper. This is a very, very fun. I mean, in a lot of sense, Cazulee was redefining what streets music can sound like with a lot of the drill attempt here. But I think one of the strongest potent moments, I think Baloranking helped to elevate that one with Motija. I think it's a very relatable and honest rendition of just that life, of just that same sentiment we hear time and time again. But again, this was a particular one that was clean on the arrangement, clean on the vocal structures. The autotune is not as abrasive, it's not so annoying like you usually hear on their vocal mixes, but super dynamic in the vocal arrangements as well. And I really enjoy this one, man. Motija by Cazulee and Baloranking. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's about it for my favorites, my best or my meh okay moments and my not so good moments tonight. I thank you guys for being on the stream and enjoying and going through these songs with me. I thought it was fun as usual. Ladies and gentlemen, we've done this for 99 times, okay? New Music Friday, this is the 99th edition that we've had. Next week would be 100, which is a crazy milestone, and I'm extremely proud of us going this far with it. It's been my structure of creating content to just bundle everything up on a Friday and then make clips of it, but it's been fun. 2, sometimes 4 hours, of doing this time and time again. I really enjoyed them, and nice to you guys for being part of the journey. And yeah, expect a nice segment for the 100th episode or the 100th New Music Friday. working towards that. I think it will be fun.